punctuation, and today also we are going to continue. But before that, let us recall what we have done in the last class. Okay, so commonly used punctuation marks. So I hope all of you remember the commonly used punctuation marks. So let's see once again. So N marks. So period, there is full stop, question mark, exclamatory mark or exclamation mark, comma. Okay. So these are some what? And marks. Okay. Okay. For considerations, capitalization and numbering. Okay. So capitalization and numberings are also important. Okay. Like when we begin a sentence, we have to always begin with capital letters. Okay. Now let us look at today's topic, that is semicolon. Okay, so today also we are learning about punctuation only, but today the subdivision of punctuation, that is one type of punctuation, that is semicolon. Okay, we are going to learn about that. So what is semicolon? It's more like a period than a comma. Okay, it's more like a period than a comma. So can you all see the symbol there, semicolon? So how is it written? It's a full stop is given on the top, and below the full stop a comma is put. Okay, so that is how a semicolon is written. So a semicolon is used to separate two independent clauses. Examples follow. Okay, so when we are talking about when we are writing two independent clauses, so when one clause doesn't depend on the other, so when we want to separate this type of clauses, independent clauses, then we have to add a semicolon in between. Okay, then example. Okay, so the discussion proved to be invaluable. Okay, so the discussion proved to be invaluable. Thank you for your time. Okay, so the discussion proved to be invaluable. This is one independent clause. Thank you for your time. Okay, that is another independent clause. So we have what? Added a semicolon in between. Okay, to separate these two sentences. Now independent clause 1. Okay, so example 2, we have a deadline to meet, semicolon, therefore the books must be submitted tomorrow. Okay, so what is given here? We have a deadline to meet, that is one independent clause, and therefore the books must be submitted tomorrow. Okay, dependent clause. Okay, here the second sentence is dependent on the first independent clause. Okay, here we have only one independent clause. Okay, so here I have a question for you all students. All of you take out your clicker devices. Okay, and the question is, which of these is not a punctuation mark? Okay, so we have four options: full stop, colon, hashtag and semicolon. Okay, now you have to answer which one of these is not a punctuation mark. So I'm giving you all 30 seconds to answer this question. And your time starts now. Okay, so students, your time is up, and the correct answer here is yes, option number B, that is hashtag. Okay, so now let us move on to the next part. The colon is made of two periods. Okay, so we have already learned about semicolon. It's used to separate two sentences. Now we are going to learn about colon. Okay, so colon is what? It's made of two periods. So periods means full stop. So first on the top one full stop, second below the first one another one. Okay, next see. It is used to represent time. Okay, so look at the clock here. It's what is the time? Yes, 11:35 a.m. So it is used to represent time. So when we write time, okay, 11. So for example, 10 a.m. So we give this, isn't it? 10 a.m. So here, this is a colon. Okay, this is a colon. So colon is used to represent time. Then again, let's see, it comes before a list. Okay, so I think all of you have what? You have a habit of preparing list when you go for shopping or for marketing, isn't it? Yes, either you or your family members, they may have a habit of preparing list. So how do we prepare a list? So look at this. I need the following items from the store. Okay, so there is a column there. So following items, that means what? We are listing some items below, isn't it? So bananas, grapes, watermelon, lemons. Okay, so in this way we can what? By using column, we can what? List, I mean make a list of items that we need. Okay. Yes. So I have another question for you all. So all of you take out your clicker devices. Okay, so let's look at the question. Choose the option where colon has been correctly used. Okay, so there are four options here. So the colon hasn't been correctly used in all the what options. So you have to choose in which option colon has been correctly used. So I'm giving you all 40 seconds to solve this question. Now, time starts now. Okay, students, your time is up and the correct answer here is option A. Okay, 11:35 a.m. So now let us move on to the next part. So quotation marks. Okay, so what is a quotation mark? So can you all see the image that has been displayed? So these are quotation marks. Okay, so it's like a comma turned upside down. So two commas, and here it's like normal comma used twice. Okay, so when do we use quotation mark? Let us see now. So use quotation marks to set off quoted language or text. Okay, so when we are talking about something that someone has said and we want to exactly put the sentence that way, so then we use quotation marks. Okay, so for example, what sometimes we use lines from a poem or from a prose, isn't it? So then we cannot change the lines. Okay, we have to use the lines as it is in the poem or in the prose. Okay, so what we have to do then, when we use this type of lines, we have to use quotation marks. Okay, okay, so let us see. So in simple words, what somebody else said. Okay, so use quotation marks to set off quoted language or text. In simple words, what somebody else said. Now let us look at these examples. So Mr. John asked Mr. Milkha Singh. Okay, so Mr. John asked Mr. Milkha Singh. So there is a comma. Can you all see? Okay, now see. So what did Mr. John ask? So we are going to write the exact sentence what Mr. John asked. So what was the question that he asked? Are you relaxing? So question mark, then close inverted comma. So first you have to what? Start with inverted commas, double inverted commas, then question mark, close inverted commas. Since this is a question, we are using question mark. So can you all see the inverted commas has been highlighted here. They have been highlighted. Now see, he replied. Now what did Milkha Singh reply? Comma, inverted comma, start. Yes, quotation mark start. No, I am Milkha Singh. So he was just what? Teasing this man, okay? Teasing Mr. John. No, I am Milkha Singh. Okay, then close the inverted commas or quotation marks. See, it's been highlighted here. Okay. To quote from a paper or an essay or a book, I have already told you all. Okay, so when we quote from a paper or an essay or a book, we use quotation marks. So, who is this person? All of us know? Yes, he is Albert Einstein. So, Albert Einstein said, a person who never made a mistake never learned anything new. So, this line has been said by whom? Yes, by Albert Einstein. So, here we cannot change the line. We cannot change even a single word from this line because Albert Einstein has what? Said it that way only. So, what we have to do? We have to quote these lines, okay? So, we are putting it under quotation marks. So, quotation marks. The apostrophe. So, we have learned about semicolon, colon, quotation marks. Now, we are going to learn about apostrophe. Okay, so what is an apostrophe? An apostrophe can be used in two ways. See, to show that letters have been taken out of a word to shorten it. Yes, sometimes what we do, we take out some letters from a word to shorten that word. Okay, so I apostrophe mark, yes, then double L. Okay, so what we have done here, we have removed the W, so we can write it in this way also to shorten a word. I shall, for I shall also we can write it in this way. Okay, I will, but it will be pronounced I will only. Okay, I have not. So how are we going to shorten this word have not? Let's see. I haven't. Okay, so we are what? We are taking out, okay, the word, the letter O, okay, from not. I haven't. To show that something belongs to someone or something, okay, to show that something belongs to someone or something, okay. The cat's tail. So whose tail here we are talking about? Yes, the cat's tail. So the tail belongs to the cat. So when we are talking about something that belongs to someone, for them, that name also or that person also, we have to use apostrophe as cats. Shraddha's pencil box. So whose pencil box? Yes, Shraddha's pencil box. Shraddha's. So here there is a note for you all. So apostrophe plus as will make a noun. Okay, so apostrophe plus as will make a noun. Possessive, not plural. Okay, so apostrophe when there is like Shraddha's, cats. Okay, that doesn't mean it is in plural form. Okay, so when there is no apostrophe mark, that will be considered as plural form. But with apostrophe mark, it won't be considered as plural form. There's no trees in my yard. There are no trees in my yard. So this is wrong. Okay, it's not correct. Okay, so we cannot write when we are talking. Here we are talking about what? Plural form of tree. Okay, so we cannot use apostrophe. So we have to write it what? See, the word tree does not form its plural by adding apostrophe s. Its plural form is written as trees. T-R-E-E-S. Trees. There are no trees in my yard. So this is the correct form of the word, the plural word of tree. Trees is right. The old tree's trunk fell with a thud. It's wrong. Oh, sorry. This is right. So we are talking about the tree here. Okay, whose trunk? The tree's trunk, yes. So here I have another question for you also. All of you take out your clicker devices. Okay, so what is there in the question? Fill in the blanks with the correct apostrophe word. Okay, so this is dash cricket bat. So now you have to choose which one will be the correct answer, A, B, C or D. Okay, so I'm giving you all 40 seconds to answer this question. Okay, students, your time is up and the correct answer here is yes, option number C. Okay. So now let us move on to the next part. So brackets, what is said yet unsaid? Okay. So how we use how we use brackets? Okay, uses. So brackets are used to bring something extra into a sentence. So sometimes what happen? We don't write long sentence, but we add things in the bracket. Okay, so let's see an explanation, an interruption, or an afterthought. Okay, so what do you think about that line? So you're putting in the bracket, or sometimes it's an explanation of what you have written. Brackets are always used in pairs. Okay, so we have one open bracket, we have one closed bracket. They go around the extra words to keep them separate. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so Rahim and Ritul, the twins. Okay, here Rahim and Ritul are twins, so we are not writing it in a sentence in a long way, but we have just added in the bracket that they are the twins. So Rahim and Ritul, the twins, have just learned karate, so be careful with them. Okay, so here see the brackets have been used. Excuse me. Okay. Commas can be used like brackets. You can use commas like brackets to separate off extra information in a sentence. Okay, so let's see. Commas. The commas should be used in pairs. PK, I believe, is the finest movie I have seen in recent times. So there is a comma that has been used here. Okay. PK, in my opinion, is a good movie, but not the finest as you believe. Okay. Okay, so here I have another question for you all. So all of you take out your clicker devices. So the question is, I need sugar, butter and eggs from the grocery store. So put the comma correctly in the above sentence. Okay. So I'm giving you all 40 seconds to answer this question. Okay, students, your time is up and the correct answer for this sentence is the correct way we have used comma in the sentence. So option number 4 is the correct answer. Okay. Now let's move on to the next part. So ellipsis. So how ellipsis is used? So the ellipsis consists of 3 evenly spaced dots. Okay. So when we use 3 dots after some lines. Okay. Ellipsis periods. An ellipsis, look at the 3 dots here. These 3 dots are known as ellipsis. Is used when you quote a part from a long sentence or work, that is an essay or novel, and want to omit some words. Okay, so when some sentences are too long, so what we do? We skip some words and in place of those words we use commas. Okay, so let's see. So what happened? Okay, so there is this ellipsis here. The morning will surely come, the darkness will vanish, thy words will. So look at the ellipsis. So some lines have been skipped from there. So thy words will take wing in songs from every one of my bird's nest. Okay, Rabindranath Tagore, Gitanjali. So punctuate the following appropriately. Can you think of any scientists who have also been statesmen? Can you think of any scientists, comma, who have also been statesmen? Okay, so this is the correct way of writing. So I have a big test tomorrow. I can't go out tonight. So how are we going to punctuate this? Let's see. I have a big test tomorrow, semicolon, I can't, apostrophe S, go out tonight. Those flowers are so lovely. Okay, so let's see. Those, there is a what? Capital letter has been used. Flowers are so lovely, exclamatory mark. So I did not go back home. Instead, I headed straight for the training. So, comma, so will S will be capital. So I did not go back home, semicolon. Instead, comma, I headed straight for the training. Full stop. I want the following items: butter, sugar, milk, and chocolate. Okay, so let's see. I will be capital. Want the following items: colon, butter, comma, sugar, comma, milk, and chocolate. I was thinking maybe we should call home. I was thinking, ellipsis, maybe we should call home. You know what to we know what to do, practice. You know what to do. Semicolon, practice. Mount Everest in the Himalayas is the highest mountain in the world. So here M will be capital, E will be capital. In the Himalayas, bracket, is the highest mountain in the world. What does integrated circuit mean? So here W capital, what does? So we did invert single inverted commas. Integrated circuit mean. There are several books on this subject. See page 120. There are several books on this subject. See page 120 within bracket. What time will he arrive? She asked. What time will he arrive? Question mark. So this will be under inverted commas, under quotation marks. She asked. Okay, students. So here I have another question for you all. So all of you take out your clicker devices. So which sentence has the correct ending punctuation mark? Okay. So I'll give you all 30 seconds to answer this question. Okay, students. So which one will be the correct answer here? Yes, option B. Okay. So now let us look at the summary of today's class. So here, full stop. So what is this? Yes, question mark. So what is this? Exclamation mark. This is comma, semicolon, colon, quotation mark or inverted comma. Yes, this one is ellipsis, bracket. Okay. So commonly used punctuation marks, end marks, comma, semicolon, colon, quotation mark, apostrophe, brackets, ellipsis. Okay. So I hope all of you have understood whatever has been taught today. So we'll meet in the next class with a new and more interesting topic. Thank you.